Okay, I think I'm streaming, but as always, let's do the audio check just to be sure. Uh, Hold on, I also adjusted my volume so I can't see my browser. Alright, it looks like Twitch said I just went live, so that's good. I don't know why my browser's being really slow. my browser's being really slow. Okay, well, I can hear myself. That's good. my browser's being really slow. Oh, I did it double like I that. Can hear myself. That's weird.
Stream chat. 2610.
Do you guys hear that?
Iced flame _X.
What the heck is going on?
2100. Spicy dream guzzler of the junk.
Do you guys hear that?
2100. Welcome to the chat room. Welcome to the chat room.
On?
Chon _the_magic_man.
Hold on.
I am thinking Gofio your stream how come Hogwarts haven't you contacted you yet?
What?
Charlie's Beats.
Is it?
Chon _the_magic_man I hear it.
Okay, you hear it? Alright.
Send a message.
What the heck is going on?
10.2K.
What?
Infinity. Chat.
Hold on, this is bizarre. Wait. Okay. Did it stop? Did it stop for you guys? It stopped for me, so I presume that would have stopped for you guys. That was so weird. That was super weird. Anyway, welcome in, Chan the Magic Man. I am the king of your stream, Charlie's Beats, and I think it stopped. Okay, good. That was my sense now as well. How come Hogwarts haven't you contacted you yet? Oh, you know, at this point, I'm probably too old for Hogwarts. They probably wouldn't let me in. Although I think, based on what people have said, I'm either going to be Hufflepuff or Ravenclaw. But anyway, I only do card magic, so. But anyway, what the heck was that? I don't know. I have no idea. So, one of the issues was the browser that I am using as a backup, not a backup, but like to look at my stream, was not responding. I think it was coming from it, which in this case it was Microsoft Edge. So, yeah, like it's still not fully loaded for whatever reason. I may actually just have to close it and open up a different browser. I mean, I have literally 2 other browsers open. It's just, I've been trying to keep them segmented. But that was weird. It was basically reading chat, right? That's that's effectively what I understood. So yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's do this. Let's do. Alright, I'm just gonna close this. But anyway, welcome in. How's everybody doing today? How has everybody's weekend been? For anybody here who's based in the United States, it is a long weekend. Welcome to pre-Labor Day. So Labor Day is going to be tomorrow. It is oftentimes a U.S. holiday where a lot of people have off. So, pinned by... Oh, that's kind of a long... Hold on. Let's see here. Let's... Alright. Let's pin this one. Okay, there we go. Okay, and then let's see here. Alright, so after that weird beginning, hey guys, I'm tired. I don't know what was going on. Alright, cheating gloves, here we go. Applying them now. Anyway, I hope everybody has had a wonderful weekend. And if you have more weekend to go, I hope the rest of your weekend is going to go well. Let's see. I had the fortunate opportunity to jump in my pool at least a couple more times before the end of the season. We are closing our pool in about a week and a half. No, 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks. Um, so yeah, it'll probably start getting cold, but it was hot today. So anyway, I haven't done in that much magic this past week. So fun things I did. I celebrated my best friend's birthday, and he lives remote, like far away from me. So we ended up doing a an escape room. So I had bought some Gen Con escape rooms, exit the game, and I sent one to him, and I kept an identical copy. The intention is you do this in person with other people, but we did it over a video call, and so that was pretty fun. We did get through all of the puzzles with very few hints, but it took us a long time. So, um, let's see what else. Well, I picked up my car. My car was in the shop for basically a week. It was kind of a stupid problem. I kind of want to complain more about it, but it's kind of a stupid problem, and I have no idea how it's actually going to get resolved. But anyway, my car works. That part's fine. It's just that the rear camera doesn't work. And rear view cameras come standard on cars nowadays, right? And so I would expect it to work, especially when I make a purchase like a car. And I understand that I purchased it more than 5 years ago, so whatever warranty is up, but I've only driven the car for like 11K miles, so only 11,000 in 5 years. So I haven't really used it, so it should work. Anyway. See, Chan says, my weekend's going great. Went to a restaurant yesterday with my dad, had burger and fries. So delicious. Awesome. I believe I had a burger as well a few days ago. It was it could have been better, and the place that made it, it was so they asked whether I how I wanted it cooked. I asked for the burger medium, and then they gave it to me like well done extra charred, and I'm like, this is well done extra charred. And I'm like, and then so they were like, okay, let us get you a new burger. They gave me a new burger, but it was kind of weird that they would mess that up. Gibson Lens, hey Bert, how's it going? Um, Gibson Lens says, I had Thai food today. Excellent. I like Thai food. We have a couple of good Thai restaurants here in where I live. So it's kind of funny because I feel like so I live in the greater Rochester, New York area, and we're basically an American city. But like the two types of food restaurants that I think we do extremely well here, Thai food and Indian food. So yeah. And then the only other original as far as like food here from the greater Rochester region is the garbage plate, which I mean anybody has not been exposed to the garbage plate before. It's usually one hamburger patty, one hot dog on top of home fries and mac salad, and then on top you sprinkled with a meat hot sauce that is kind of like Rochester native, and then mustard and chopped onions. I think is like the standard. So Charlie's Beat says the what? It's called the garbage plate. Um, yeah, it is. Hold on, let me see if. Actually, it might be easier if I just show you from my phone. So a Rochester garbage plate, it basically is not good for you, but it tastes delicious. And if you like meat, that's basically um, that's what it is. So yeah, that is like the food dish that is typically associated with Rochester, New York. Okay, this was not mine. This is just on the internet. But here is a typical. Well, actually, that's not accurate because there's fries here, um, not home fries. Okay. All right. Here is a typical. Here we go. Here is a typical garbage plate right there. So, the friendly fiddler mentioned that he ended his stream soon to raid you. Oh, okay. Too soon. Yeah, I mean, I quote unquote started a little earlier today, but I was just like not that much earlier. Um, but thank you, the friendly fiddler. If you guys are not familiar with our friend, the friendly fiddler, let's give everybody the opportunity. The friendly fiddler. If you're not following our friend, the friendly fiddler, wow, that's kind of a mouthful to say. Give him a follow. All right, but anyway, so let's see. Barney of the Rubble, welcome in. How's it going? SR Houdini Underwater Escape. Not card magic. And yeah, nom 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 says Chan. All right. Too soon, and then let's see. So funny story. Somebody mentioning music. So for anybody who didn't know, yesterday, August 31st, was Play Music on Your Porch Day. And unfortunately, I did not get a chance to celebrate it yesterday. So instead, I observed it today, and I played guitar on my porch. So my set is not long. I only know enough for like maybe like 10, 15 minutes. So Gibson says I don't have a porch. Also, I think putting a gigantic piano or keyboard on a porch that doesn't exist would be very difficult. I heard you and Chan are forming a band. No, I don't think I'm forming a band with anybody. I mean, Chan has actually musically collaborated with people, so verifiably, I am not. I have not collaborated with anybody. So, but anyway, yeah. So that's kind of like stuff that's going on. So weird. I do suggest that if anybody has a chance to try a garbage plate, even if you can't get one, like make one at home. And try it out, and then feel your arteries clog up. But it will be a very delicious experience. Man. Okay, I will do it. All right, I am the king of your stream. You will do it. All right. If anybody has a garbage plate, come back and report what you thought of it here. Um, and I would love to talk to you about it. So, anyway, the magic queue is open. If anybody would like to request anything, feel free. I'm barely warmed up. I've just been kind of talking about the weekend and garbage plates and playing music on your porch. That's what I've talked about. So we haven't missed any magic, if that's what anybody's concerned about. I forgot the thing. Q. Oh, okay. Thanks, Chan. So actually, if you see in chat, I pinned the trick list. It's at chat trick list located at that link, so you could do that to look at it. Okay, let's see here. Oh yes, or you can trick list. Yep, there you go. Excellent. In the interim, let's go ahead and just randomly do some. So I'll show everybody one of my like general warm ups. So one of the things that I warm up doing. Oh, I have a heat map. Excellent. Let's go ahead and have a snack. I'm a little tired today, guys. So hopefully it does not affect the magic, but delicious. Okay, so here's a warm up. I have a two of clubs, and I'm gonna just two of clubs, and then we have two of clubs, and then we're gonna put that down, and then we're gonna have two of clubs, and then that's funny. So we're gonna go ahead and clearly put the two of clubs like right there, and then so here's the warm up, right? So two of clubs, and then two of clubs. There we go. And we know it's the same two of clubs because this one happens to be signed. So, but anyway, that is a warm up. Okay, we have a few things in the queue, so let's go ahead and get started. Um, so first request is from Chan the Magic Man. Thank you kindly for the request, Chan. Frolic Chris, welcome in. How's it going, Frolic Chris? How are you doing today? Hopefully you're doing well. We just talked about our weekends, and then garbage plates, and playing music on the porch, and what else? I think that's basically it. I also confess that I didn't do much magic this week, so I am maybe a little rusty. We'll see. Let's see. Gibson then says, I played Awaken tonight on stream. I'll clip it. Sounds like a riveting convo. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think when I said garbage plates, somebody was like, I think it was Charlie actually. The what? That was his response. Welcome in, Chris M. Yee. How's it going, Chris? How you doing today? How are you doing this weekend? Hopefully you're having a good weekend. Delicious. Two Chris's in chat. I know, guys. If you aren't following the Chris's in chat, please follow the Chris's in chat. We have both Frolic Chris and Chris M. Yee. So give them each a follow. Frolic Chris, our pianist musician friend, played a VGM set at VGM Con last year. No, earlier this year. Sorry, I keep on forgetting like if it's this year or last year. But it was earlier this year. Also, he's been seen playing JRPGs on his stream as well. So I think I tuned into some like Chrono Trigger at some point. And then Chris M. Yee, if you guys are not following our friend Chris M. Yee, variety gamer, plays a bunch of different games. He used to play Fall Guys on Mondays. I think has been playing a bunch of different things. And then is also the host of the Clip MU show. Also, if anybody is familiar with the Call Me Maybe, that's a Chris M. Yee doing. So if you've seen any of those tricks, yeah, gotta do that sometime again soon. Absolutely. Frolic Chris says Yeast X comes, or is it Yeast X or Yeast 10? Comes out October 25th. That's next month. That is coming up. It's like almost 2 months away, but. Lol, I saw a hi, Chris, and I was like, oh, hi, I haven't said anything yet. Oh, I see. Well, therefore, look, the Chris brought the other Chris out of the woodwork. If we'll stream that JRPG, says Frolic Chris. Awesome. Cool. Call Me Maybe was a trivia question on Rob's stream yesterday. So I was kind of lurking for Rob's stream a little bit, but I couldn't actually pay attention because I was hanging out. Oh yeah, I was hanging out with my best friend last night for his birthday, and we were doing an escape room together. So not in real life. It was like a Zoom escape room. So he and I each had a copy of the game. So oh, I saw. Awesome. Okay, alright. Man, I've delayed. Okay, we've been waiting for some. Ahoy, says Mike 2600. Welcome in, Mike 2600. Alright, first things first, we are going to need a card selected. So let's go ahead and have a card selected. Wait. Oh, sorry, I'm doing the wrong trick. This is the Chicago opener. You know what? I am the king of your stream. I'm already set up to do that first, so we're gonna do that one. Sorry. Sorry, Chan. I misread the first trick. My fault. Alright, hold on. We're just gonna reframe it. And also, welcome in, Mike 2600. How you doing, Mike 2600? Guys, if you're not following our friend Mike 2600, please give Mike 2600 follow. A fellow magician has been known to occasionally stream Magic Sleight nights on his stream, but is mostly a DJ. I hope you're using the new DJ category, Mike, because if you're not, you should. If they gave me a legitimate Magic category, funny story, somebody came into my stream thinking that Magician was actually the NES game Magician, and then got upset about it, and then left the stream because I assumed they were trying to see this game instead of me using Magician. Uh, it's too record label policey for me. Okay, I see. All right. Anyway, okay. So here we go. We're just gonna give this a quick. And then here we go. Let's go. All right. I am the king of your stream. Here's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and if you're on desktop, go ahead and click directly on the screen. You should be able to place a heat map. So let's have one of these cards selected. Why is it called Chicago? I don't know. You're going to have to ask. Who is this? Al Leach. I think he might not be alive anymore. No desktop. Oh, okay. All right. Somebody else make a selection. This card? Okay. All right. Is this acceptable for the selection? Someone do it for me, Mike or Chan. All right, all right. We got some people. All right. It looks like 2 people want this one. Okay, so here, I'm just gonna go ahead and leave this out, and we will have you guys look at it. I don't want to see it, so here's what we'll do. I'm gonna close my eyes, turn my head, flip it over. All right. Hopefully you guys have a chance to take a look at it. I'm gonna flip it back over. Open my eyes, turn my head back. All right. Hopefully somebody has got it. Mike says, I'm the king of your stream. The trick creator grew up in Chicago, very magic-heavy city. Got it. All right. Yeah. Close your close your eyes, turn your head, and cough. Says Chris M. Yee. Um, I also thought when you were typing that, Chris, that maybe you were thinking, close your eyes and I'll kiss you tomorrow, I'll miss you, which, if you guys are not familiar, is the lyrics to a John Lennon song. Sometimes I don't know whether to attribute songs to just John Lennon or to the Beatles, because it depends on. Anyway, all right. Why do you have a draw 2 card in the packet? No, I don't have. I mean, that's for the Uno deck. We don't have. Okay. This is a kissing stream, says Chris. No. This is not. Okay. Here, we're gonna lose. Wait, I hope somebody has this card, because this will be very horrible if somebody doesn't have this card. So I'm just gonna go ahead and lose it, and I'm just going to take it on faith that somebody saw it. Okay. This is probably not the correct magician-y thing to do, but we will lose it in the pack. All right. Cool. Thanks for all the heat maps, everybody. Delicious. Okay. All right. So. Are kissing streams allowed on Twitch? I don't think they are, right? Like, anyway. So, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and snap. And that's going to change the back of your card. No, just hot tubs. To be not a blue back card, but a red back card. Now, I don't know if you could tell. It's right here. So, important question, guys. What was the card? You can go ahead and tell me right now. I've seen at least 1 kiss on this stream. Oh, jeez. Luckily, I don't think it was 7D, says Chan. All right. I'm the king of your stream as applause. Thank you for the applause. A spade. TOS violation. Oh, my God. You guys are ridiculous tonight. Here it is. 7 of diamonds. All right. So, here's the thing. We can do this again, and what we'll do is we'll leave it out there just for a second, and then we're going to need another card selected. And let's see here. How should we do this? Let me see. Okay. Go ahead and touch the back of any one of these cards. So if you are on desktop, go ahead and click directly. I know it's a little bit more messy than before, but go ahead and click the back of any one of these, and then that'll be the new selection. Whoa, way the heck over here. All right, so here we have it. Okay, And what we're going to do here is I'm going to show you guys this card, and I will close my eyes. So close my eyes, turn my head, cough, flip over the packet. Hopefully you guys have it. I'm going to go ahead and flip the whole packet back over, open my eyes, turn my head back, uncough. I don't know what an uncough sounds like. I would just imagine it's the reverse of a cough. And if like a cough goes outward, then air has to go inward. If anybody's into linguistics, have you guys heard of like a plosive? It's like the opposite of that, right? A plosive is like the sound that you make for like the letter P. It's like a p, like a you're pushing air out. Anyway, somebody have that card? I'm just gonna lose it. I've heard the term before. Oh my god, Gibson lens. Thank you. So I'm not crazy. I mean, I guess I am kind of crazy because, I mean, it's in the name. It's in the name, Crazy Asian. But anyway, all right. Hopefully somebody has that card. I'm just gonna go ahead and close this up, and then hopefully somebody has it. All right. And once again, we're gonna change the card to be a red-backed card. Okay. And hopefully, all right. Hold on. Hopefully, I'm gonna go ahead and snap again. All right. Here we go. Hey guys, what was the name of that card? The second one? Does anybody have that? In the interim, if you guys have been sitting around for a while and you haven't hydrated, please hydrate. I'm having black tea. 3 of clubs. Wait. That's Barney of the Rubble talking. I don't. No, that can't be right. That's not right. Right? Guys, was it really 3 of clubs? Was it? Nine red. Okay, was it a diamond or a heart? Okay, that's a great question. Hmm. All right, three clubs says I'm. All right, I am the king of your stream. If you didn't know, Barney of the Rubble is he's basically a troll. So my mind is foggy. No. I'm more inclined to believe 9 red, but all right. So I'm not seeing that card here. But actually, hold on. Let me just quickly take a look over here. Hold on. What was the card? A nine of diamonds. I have never trolled a day in my life, says Barney of the Rubble. Hard to believe. Here's the question. Do you guys see a 9 of diamonds here? I don't really. I mean, here's the 9 of hearts, right? I don't see a 9 of diamonds. Is the 9 of diamonds? Is this a 9 of diamonds? Nine of diamonds. There it is. There we have it. That was like maybe the longest winded Chicago opener I've ever done. Because there's just so much chat going on. Mike 2600 says, Magia. Which I believe is the Spanish word for magic. Is that correct? I'm pretty sure it is. Is that right? I'm pretty sure. C, says Mike 2600. Thanks for the confirmation. You know my card better than me, says I am the king of your stream. I mean, I had to check. I had to look for it, and then it wasn't there. So, yeah. There we have it. 9 of diamonds. Red-backed. Okay. Frolic Lurk making cinnamon crumb cake because don't work tomorrow. Yo, yeah, make that cinnamon crumb cake. Let's see. Other magic news. So I have confirmed that I'm going to be going to a magic convention in January called Magifest. So I will be attending that. Barney of the Rubble, thank you so much for the gigantic applause. Thank you kindly. Greatly appreciate it. I forgot what I put that at. Gigantify an emote. 20. Thank you kindly for the 25 bits. Greatly appreciate it. Do you sell courses? Teaching? Oh, I don't sell courses, no, but so I've made a couple of secret videos on on my YouTube that are unlisted for some people who want to start out. And then I offered it up to some people, and then like a couple of people wanted to take me up on it, and then they bailed after they saw like the first video. And I'm like, I swear I'm trying to make it as easy as possible, but I'm mostly focused on sleight of hand, so card magic, and then I have like one other video with not card magic, but everything else that I do and I know is card magic. So, will you disappear whilst you're there? No, Barney. I believe I will just be attending, and then I will come back. I will reappear after the fact. So, that's yeah. That's the goal anyway. I mean, I guess if you ask my wife, she will be like, "Oh yeah, he's totally disappearing to go to a magic convention." And I don't think she would say abandoning his fatherly duties, but I almost feel like that's what she would be thinking. For a few days or whatever. Let's see. Next up, we have a request from Chan the Magic Man. Chan, thank you kindly for the request, and also thank you for the request. I am the king of your stream. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Chicago opener, appropriate opener as well. Was able to open it, open with it. Okay. Next up, we have Revolver. This is not my version. Blank cards, red cards. Let's see. My wife, says Mike2600. Yeah. Let's see. I'm the king of your stream says the 70 plus card tricks, those preparations are you keeping them under the table. Blank cards, red cards. I don't have to keep them under the table. They are on top of the table, just like outside of outside of the frame. Like if I showed you like the stuff that is over here, actually, hold on. Let me see if I can. Let me do this. Let me take a picture, really quick. Okay. All right, here we go. This is like just off camera, off to the side right here. I don't know if you guys could see like just how messy that is. Ice Flame X, welcome in. Yo! How's it going? Welcome in. How are you doing? Hopefully you had a good weekend. Lots of cards. Oh, hell yeah, there's lots of cards. Yeah. I'm amazed by your memory always. Thank you kindly. I am the king of your stream. I greatly appreciate that. Yeah, I have worked hard, I think, to at least remember and know a lot of tricks. I try not to mess up tricks on stream. I have before, but oh, thanks for shouting out Ice Flame X Chan. Yeah, Ice Flame X, guys, if you are not following our friend Ice Flame X, has streamed before. Musician also has seen Ice Flame X. I've seen Ice Flame X streaming from a wood shop. I don't know if you've streamed in a long time, Ice Flame, but yeah. How many years have you been doing tricks? I've been doing magic for the last 5 years now, so since 2019. In earnest, I guess. I knew only like 2 or 3 tricks from my childhood, but they were very simple, easy tricks that I don't really regularly do anymore. So all the tricks that I do now are different. Okay, let's see. Up next we have Revolver. But anyway, keep on chatting in chat. So here we are. All right. First things first. We have a few cards here. We have the Ace of Spades, the 2 of Spades, the 3 of Spades, and the 4 of Spades. Now, with this trick, what we're going to do is we're going to be firing off a bullet, and when we do that, that card that denotes the numerical number of the bullet will turn itself face down. So in this case, the ace will be the first one. So now, if everybody holds your fingers and say, bang! Hey, oh, hey, Chan, all right, calm down, Chan, all right. You don't have to do the bang with your fingers now. We do have the sound alert now. But now, if you take a look, here's our 3, here's our 2, here's our 4, but now the ace has turned itself face down. Okay, cool. So now let's go ahead and do it with the second. So we're going to go ahead and bang, and hopefully we're going to fire off our second bullet. Hopefully everybody did their finger guns here. And hey, Chan the Magic Man. Okay, all right. I know, very enthusiastic. It's okay. All right. So here we go. Here's our 3, our 4, and then here's our ace, and there's our 2 face down. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and fire off our 3rd bullet. So everybody, get your finger guns ready and hold them up, and then bang. All right. I see we got some more requests. Let's see. I am the... Oh, the Rusty Panda. Welcome in. What an entrance, too. That was like a, hey, come and take a look. Welcome in, the Rusty Panda. So this is the 3rd bullet now. So here's our 4, here's our ace, here's our 2, and here's our 3. And then finally, we've got one more, and it will be the 4. And everybody, once again, hold your finger guns, and then we're gonna go ahead and shoot the bullet. And oh yeah, guys, hey, all right, Chan is firing back. All right, okay. So here we have our 2, our ace, our 4, and here's our 3. Now, importantly, some people believe that after all those gunshots, everybody is all bloodied. But let me just turn this 4 back over. And if you guys didn't know, you know, you would not be remiss to expect that entire gunfight, kind of everybody came away unscathed, and so everybody's eyes are blood red. But if you couldn't tell, though, that was just an illusion, because if you saw red, nobody actually got shot. When everybody goes back to investigate later and they take a look, there was no blood anywhere. Everybody dodged every bullet, and if you take a look, everybody's uniform was free of blood. So everybody did not have any blood on them at all. And that, my friends, is Revolver. The Rusty Panda, welcome in. How are you doing today? Hopefully you're doing well. How was your weekend? So I did say I was tired earlier, but chat has kind of, well, chat and those gunshots has kind of woken me up a little bit. So, but yeah, guys, if you're not following our friend the Rusty Panda, please give the Rusty Panda a follow. Our friend and mod, and the Rusty Panda, singer, songwriter, and does music, but also does a unique interview stream, usually on Wednesdays, called Wiki Wednesdays. So please give the Rusty Panda a follow. All right, and then let's see. I know there's a bunch of other people that we haven't shouted out yet, but there's so many people. Yeah, say helped out. So the Rusty Panda says helped out, put up a circus tent on Saturday. Big event coming up this weekend. 150 people. Wow, that is. Wait, like at your house or like at a private residence, like, or is that actually at like a big event? In which case, it's still big, but I mean, I think 150 people at a private residence is way more insane than like having 150 people at a place. No, it's at a private. It's at a private residence. Oh man. Yeah, that's gonna be a big party. That's pretty. It's pretty legit. So, all right. Let's see. That was Revolver. Okay, let's see. Next up, we have a request from Iced Flame X. Let me see. It's camping outside. We are in their field. We camp. Oh, all right. Awesome. Wow. Nice. Cool. All right. Let's see. I know we have some other people in chat that we haven't shouted out yet. So, guys, if you're not following our friend and mod, Chan the Magic Man, please give Chan the Magic Man a follow. Chan the Magic Man, one of the other few magicians that has a regular magic schedule on Twitch. So please give Chan a follow. He does magic on Magic Mondays. So give him a follow. Check him out. And then also, if you're not following our friend and mod, Gibson Lens, please follow Gibson Lens. Gibson Lens, pianist and acclaimed composer, or I am saying he's an acclaimed composer. But he has composed a bunch of his own originals. He sight reads a bunch of songbooks that he owns. He plays VGM, popular music, esoteric music. So please give him a follow. And then let's see. And then our friend Charlie's Beats, if you're not following our friend Charlie's Beats, has streamed before in the past, but now I like to call him the Twitch music famous chatter because he's basically in every music chat that I hang out in. So, and even in a bunch of chats that I don't hang out in, and because I know he's there because it's like, oh, we mentioned Charlie. It's like, oh, there's only one Charlie in music Twitch. Like, it's definitely Charlie's Beats, right? Like, who else would you be talking about? Um, all right, let's see here. Let me see here. If I missed any messages, feel free to send them again. I know that there was like some chat messages that scrolled by, and it's like, so let's see here. Blah 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 blah. Okay, I think I'm caught up. And then if I missed anybody for shoutouts, just let us know. We'll give you a shout out. All right, cool. So let's see, Mad Monty. Let me get ready for that. Uh-oh. Okay, with so many cards. You guys saw the picture, right? There's so many cards. I mix up cards all the time. It's like, oh no. There's nothing worse than like after the stream is over and it's like, oh, I should have separated this during stream. I forgot. Now I have to go through the whole deck. Why am I shuffling? I need a few very specific cards. Hold on. Okay, let's do that, and then we're gonna do this. Okay. All right. So this has been a boss trick before, but it's currently not a boss trick. But I've messed this trick up on stream, but it's been okay. Anyway, all right. Ice Flame X. This one is called Mad Monty. It's kind of a short trick, but it's not so much a trick as it is a game. And so what we're going to do is have you try and remember which one is on top. So here in my hand we have the two red aces, the Ace of Hearts and the Ace of Diamonds, both of which are mods, both of which are currently in chat right now. So Gibson Lens and the Rusty Panda. So right now you would say that the Rusty Panda is on top, the Ace of Diamonds. And what we are going to do is, if I was to turn over this packet 2 times, which one would be on the top? You would probably say Ace of Diamonds still, right? And if you said that, that would be correct because that's the actual situation here. But what if I was to turn over the packet 1, 2, 3 times? And, rotating it 3 times, you're probably thinking, oh, okay, well now Gibson Lens has to be on top, right? There's actually one mistake that I did here, and I probably should have, actually chosen some different cards because what I normally like to do is actually use the card of the person who requested the trick, and that was Ice Flame X. And I know Ice Flame X has chosen a black king, and so instead of the red aces, I should have used the black kings. And that, my friends, is Mad Monty. And, of course, Ice Flame X has signed the King of Spades right there. All right, hopefully you guys enjoyed. And Ice Flame X, hopefully you enjoyed that. There's nothing like turning a... When you think of cards as people, that gets real weird real quick. I was hoping somebody was going to yell phrasing there in chat, but I was like, okay, all right, at least some people thought about it. I'm sorry if it if it felt a little bit awkward for you. All right. That's okay. Next time, instead of the red aces, we'll go ahead and use the black kings. There you go. Mentally, I was like, okay, where's this going? It was not going anywhere verbally. Uh, but in my mind, because my mind lives in the gutter, it was already there. It has lived there the entire time. So also, Gibson Lens has a perfect emote for that. So it is this the spray emote. That one. Lol. Yeah. Full disclosure, I almost think that that spray emote is used more in my stream than in his stream. So, and most certainly, I think it's probably used more like outside of Gibson Lens's stream. Like I see it in other people's streams as well. All right, and that was Mad Monty. All right, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you for that request, Ice Flame X. I think that was a random one, right? I think it was random. The Rusty Panda has randomly requested Rubik's Cube. Would you like to see a Rubik's Cube solve? It is not magical when it is selected here. But, yeah, it was random. Alright, cool. Okay, but if you do want to see the solve, you get to choose. Do you want the regular cube or the baby cube? Your choice, the Rusty Panda. The tiny one. Okay. Here we go. I'm just going to start scrambling this, and then at some point I will stop. Feel free to distract me with chat, everybody. Oh yeah, so the question today is, are you tired today? Me too, because Sleight of Hand Sunday is still happening anyway. It's so cute. Yeah, it is like, it fits in the palm of my hand. I mean, it doesn't melt in my hand. It doesn't melt in my mouth either, so it's just, but, so it's not an M&M. But anyway, alright, so here is the tiny cube. Alright, and hopefully I'm not too rusty trying to solve one of these. So I will attempt to solve it now. So yes, I'm tired. I've napped 3 times today, says the Rusty Panda. Oh man, I'm a little jelly of the 3 times nap. That would have been nice, I think, if I could have had it. But alas. Okay, I'm going to attempt to start solving this thing. So first we're going to get the top cross here. So those are the correct colors as well as the ones that match here. Now we're going to get the corners. Aye, Rusty. So I found that when I'm reading stories to my kid now, I'm using a lot more voices, like deliberately. I mean, I think I always did it, but it was not so deliberate in the past. It was just kind of like, if it came up, awesome, and if it didn't, then I just used my normal voice. One of the things that I think I've chosen to do, though, if the main character and slash or main narrator talks a lot, I'll just use my regular talking voice for it. But all right, so top layer is done because all of these edges are now correct. So now we're going to do the second layer. You said you were rusty at it. Oh, okay. Random. Aye. Okay, yes, that's right. I did say that. Thanks for keeping me honest. Okay, so let's see here. We're going to do blue and orange here. Boop, boop, boop. There's a lot of booping. Oh yeah, so my kid booped my nose today. That was, I mean, we had been booping her nose for like the past week, kind of more regularly. But she was like, I'm gonna boop your nose today, Daddy. I'm like, okay. Alright, cool. We have the fish shape on the bottom, so I might have to do this up to 3 times. Okay, looks like I got lucky. I only had to do it once. So now I have to figure out... So, okay, these two match, so I just have to swap these 2 corners. And then I didn't even have to do any rotates. Alright, I'm done. There we go. Solved. It's pretty smooth for a small cube, but it definitely, it's not as, like, it doesn't feel as nice as the bigger cube, and it does feel like it's not as smooth over time, so. But anyway, there we go. Thank you kindly for the claps, the Rusty Panda. So there we have it. The baby Rubik's Cube. This is how big a regular cube is, and then this is how big the baby one is. There it is. Doesn't melt in your hands or your mouth. Unlike M&Ms. All right. Thank you so much for that request, the Rusty Panda. You said you were rusty at it. It was funny. The Rusty Panda said I was rusty. I don't know where I was going with that. There's no joke there. Okay. All right. Let's see. This next one is called Aria. Thank you for the request. Ice Flame X. I believe this was a random request as well. But actually, normally I would use the aces, but since Ice Flame X has requested, we'll use the kings because Ice Flame X has signed the king of spades. So let's go ahead and get these all out there. Hey Panda. Hey Bert. Oh, sorry. Hi Panda. Hey Bert. Yeah, guys. Unfortunately, I am unable to attend TwitchCon this year. However, I was able to go to TwitchCon last year, and where I physically was able to meet Gibson Lens and the Rusty Panda. So that was a fun time. Not only that, we collaborated before that so we could put on an interactive workshop to introduce Magic Twitch to Twitch. So, but anyway, what we're going to do here is let's go ahead and place all 4 kings out like this. It's weird when you call me by my full username. I feel like I'm in trouble. Oh, I mean, I don't know. Most of the time, if your full username is readable, I like reading your full username. I also, because especially if I just call you Panda, then like I know other people whose screen names are associated with Panda, and so I'm like, oh, okay. And not just one, but like 3 other pandas on Twitch. And I'm like, oh, okay, just in case I ever run into them. Hey, no worries. I said it's weird, not bad. Oh yeah, I know. I just didn't want you to feel, but I'm just letting you know that's my that's my thought process. All right, so here we have all the kings. I'm gonna go ahead and turn all of the kings face down. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and place 3 other cards onto each one of these piles, like so. And what we will do is square these up. And first things first, what I'm going to do is let's go ahead and hide that king of diamonds in amongst these cards like this. And then I'm going to stick this whole pile kind of near the bottom of the deck, like so. Okay, next up, let's go ahead and grab this king, place that king in maybe the middle of the deck, like that. And then here we'll have the king of hearts hide amongst these cards. We'll place that kind of like closer to the top and not too close to the top, like right there. And then finally we have the last one, the Ice Flame X King of Spades. And instead of placing that amongst these, what we're going to do is the King of Spades will do something interesting and special. 1, 2, and 3. I don't know if you noticed, but actually all of the kings have now jumped up to the top to join the King of Spades. And if we go ahead and take a look, there's no other kings here. And actually, these kings are signed, so it's not like I would be able to duplicate them anyway. I guess conceptually that's possible, but. And guys, that is my handling and performance of a trick called Aria using kings instead of the usual aces. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you kindly for the claps. The Rusty Panda, Chan the Magic Man, Gibson Lens. Thanks for clearing that, Chan. Alright, let's see. Next up is a trick that I don't fully remember. I may have to play it out in my head. Please hold while I quickly panic. I mean, this is hopefully going to be the most calm panic. But so I have not done matching the cards in a while. Um, okay. Just played it in my head. I'm not actually doing anything with the cards. I'm just envisioning it in my head right now. Okay, all right. You know what? Worst case scenario, it's a boss trick, and I'll just have to start over and / or boss trick it. Okay, all right. First things first. Let's go ahead. Chan says, feeling tired, so I'm going to go get some rest. Have a good rest of your stream. Chan, thank you so much for stopping by. Hopefully you have a glorious night. Take care, sleep well, and we'll talk to you later. So, good night, Chan. Yeah, I totally understand if anybody's tired because, we don't get enough sleep as a society anyway. So definitely if you want to get sleep, get sleep. I also know that I have late streams on Sundays, so I totally get it. All right. Anyway, so here we go. I need to make a prediction. And so the first prediction is going to be a card, and hopefully that card is going to be that one. Yeah, hopefully that feels correct to me. Now, I'm going to find 3 other cards, and we're going to lay them out here, here, and here. And then hopefully that'll help dictate what should happen with the prediction. Okay, so all right, first things first, let's go ahead and go through the deck, and we're gonna see when I feel like, I think I'm feeling this card. Is this the card that I'm feeling? Yes. Let's see. This card is the Ace of Hearts. So Ace of Hearts. So basically, if this is the Ace of Hearts, then that could be an ace. That could be a heart. I'm not entirely sure. It could be either way. Okay, so let's go ahead and try and find another card. And if I take a look at this, that's the Ace of Clubs. And so if this is the Ace of Hearts and this is the Ace of Clubs, strong possibility that that's probably going to be an ace. So we'll go ahead and leave that there. And then let's go ahead and do, let me see here, a handful of other cuts. All right, that feels about right. And here, let's go ahead and find our third card that will hopefully match with this. And that is the Ace of Diamonds. All right, perfect. So here we have the Ace of Hearts, the Ace of Clubs, and the Ace of Diamonds. But we don't know what this is yet. So in order for this prediction to be correct, what does this card need to be? Go ahead and verbally say it out loud. You don't have to type it in chat, but just say it out loud. I'm going to tell you that you may not think I can hear it, but telepathically I can hear it. And what I'm hearing is Eight of Spades. Is that somebody thinking 8 of Spades? Normally, I think people should be saying Ace of Spades, but I'm hearing 8 of Spades, which is kind of bizarre. Spades 8, says the Rusty Panda. So, but hold on. So wait, let me take a look at the prediction here. So, did I get the 8 of Spades? Spades 8? Yo! But wait, so if this is the, but this won't match because this is the Ace of Hearts, the Ace of Clubs, and the Ace of Diamonds. Unless the whole time they were actually the 8. But you know what? I'm a magician. I can just fix this. Hold on. And you know what? Look, so now the Ace of Hearts isn't the Ace of Hearts. It's the 8 of Hearts. And then here, this wasn't the ace of clubs. This is the 8 of clubs. And this wasn't the ace of diamonds. This is the 8 of diamonds. And that, my friends, is matching the cards. So, yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. So that bit at the end works out well a lot better in person because you ask everybody and then everybody yells ace of spades at you. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Did somebody say 8 of spades? Yeah. So trying to come up with the telepathic thing for stream. Hopefully. Charlie's Beats has redeemed clear plastic cards. All right. Thank you for the redeem, Charlie's Beats. Also, thank you for that request, Charlie's Beats, and for keeping me in good practice. That was a good mental exercise because I was like, how do I remember this? I think I did it okay. I don't think I messed that one up. I did see a magic cringe moment, and it happened on America's Got Talent. I didn't see the actual episode, but the magician was doing a trick, and he was showing some cards, and the cards that he was showing were not the cards that were supposed to be shown. But he was moving at such a fast pace that nobody really understood what the implication was, and I'm like, so that's how you get out of it. So that's like a possible way to just get through a situation where it's like, oh no, there's something going on. The other good news is that when I am doing a stream and I can like see myself doing like tricks, it's like as soon as I recognize something is wrong, I can usually end the trick before anybody even notices or realizes anything is wrong, and like usually just start over at that point. It's not a big deal. All right, so let's go ahead and pull out the clear plastic cards. Oh yeah, this will be more useful if I show the cards. All right. So we have a clear plastic deck of cards, and we have a bunch of redeems here where I'll use different decks of cards, one of which is the clear plastic deck. So Charlie just redeemed clear plastic cards. So if you take a look, you can kind of see through a large majority of these cards here. And they have this diamond and so on. So now I have to figure out what trick to do with these because last time I think I did, I think Charlie requested a similar thing and I did ace on top because I hadn't done that one in a while. So let me refer to the queue, and I haven't, or not the queue, but the trick list. So it is finally at the trick list is at a point. I've been doing this for so long that there are tricks in which I haven't done in a while. So, let me see here. Oh, I've got a good one. Let's try doing this one. Okay, so here what we will need are 4 cards. And let's hope this works. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And here's what we're going to do. I'm going to expose a thing of magic. Now, for those of you who are unaware, there's a technique in magic called palming. And so when I palm a card, it could sometimes look like I may not actually have a card in my hand. But if I expose it like this, I'm actually hiding a card like in that position. If there's cracks in my fingers, you might be able to tell, and those cracks in my fingers are called windows. That's actually what we call them in magic. So when you palm a card and you can see through the windows, you'll be able to see whatever exposed. But this trick is actually called the invisible palm. And when you successfully do an invisible palm, I can fully expose what's in my hand because it's there, you just can't see it. You won't be able to see it until I place it back down on the table when I want you to see it, right there. So now we have 2 and 2. And let's go ahead and do that again. We're going to break the rules of magic once again, not just telling you about the palm, but we are also going to be breaking the rules by doing the exact same thing again. Once again, if I actually palm this card, but in the regular fashion, you'll be able to see there's the card there, right? But I just need to now invisible palm it like this. You won't be able to see it until I want you to see it. And when I want you to see it is when I place it down onto the table. Okay, so now we have one card left. We have the 5 of hearts. So let's go ahead and place the 5 of hearts just right there for a second. And I will palm the 5 of hearts off of the deck. So here, I'll just show you that the 5 of hearts, you'll see it right there. Oops, right there, just until the very last second. It's invisibly palmed. It's in my hand. And you won't be able to tell that it's there until I want you to see it, which is when I place it down onto the table right here. So now if I show you, here's 3 other cards, but here's our palmed 5 of hearts. And that, my friends, is the invisible palm with clear plastic cards. I think that looks okay. I think that one works. I don't know if I've done that with these cards before, so thanks for that request, Charlie. Thank you kindly for the claps. The Rusty Panda, Charlie's Beats, Gibson Lens. Alright, let's see what else is available. Well, we could do that. Could we do that? I mean, I don't think it's going to be as surprising. Let me see what else. Oh, you know what? Let's do this one. There's another one that I wanted to just do tonight anyway, but maybe we could do it with the clear cards as well. Alright, let me see how we're going to do this. Okay, alright, I think... Alright, here we go. Alright. Let's see. I think it's crazier because they are clear. Yo, Charlie's Beats. Yeah, that is... I think it is more impressive because you expect to be able to see something with the invisible palm while the cards are clear, but I don't think you can... I don't think my handling you could see anything. I think if somebody was extra sloppy, you probably might be able to, but in this case, I think it worked out okay. The Rusty Panda says, I'm headed out, need more sleep. Lol, downside of having chronic fatigue. Yeah, I totally understand. Well, have a good night. Take care, the Rusty Panda. Sleep well. Take care of yourself. Remember to hydrate. Guys, you've been sitting around for a while and you haven't hydrated. Please hydrate. And, yeah. And if you live in a place that is celebrating a holiday tomorrow, such as me, have a great day off and sleep in, and hopefully everything's good and you get well rested. All right, cool. So we have 4 cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why, yes, I have the day off tomorrow, says Gibson Lens. Excellent. I would say high five, high five. Props for anybody who actually did the high five at the screen at me. All right, so this trick is me too, says Charlie's Beats. All right, there we go. Another high five. So this trick I had originally called you can't choose the 4 of hearts, but it really could be any card. So here you can't choose the ace of spades. All right, so here's the thing. I'm going to go ahead and place the ace of spades down here. And I just want you guys to track the ace of spades, so try and find the ace of spades. There's the ace of spades once again. So here's another ace of spades. I don't know if you could tell, but there's a lot of ace of spades here. And then finally, this last card right here, this is also the ace of spades. Okay. So here's the thing. The object of the game is for anybody who's playing is to then try and select the ace of spades. And so if anybody wants to play along, feel free to go ahead and click directly on the screen which one you think is the ace of spades. And then we will go through some exercises and show you that the name of the trick is you cannot choose the ace of spades. All right, so we got one player who's selected this one. All right. All right, let's go ahead and go through. So if you think that you were lucky and you had selected this one, you would be incorrect because even though this is a lucky number, this is a 7, it is not the ace of spades. So you would not have won. Once again, in this case, if you had selected the ace of spades over here, that would not be the case because you would also think that this is lucky. This is also a 7. And then over here, if you thought this was the ace of spades, no, that is not correct. This is also a 7. And you would think that, perhaps at this point, whoever selected this, you are very wise because chances are, statistically, this should be the ace of spades. But unfortunately, Lady Luck has looked upon you with scornful eyes and says, no, here's a bunch of 7s, but you don't win because none of them are the ace of spades. And that, my friends, is you can't choose the ace of spades. And that is obviously a game that you don't want to play on the street either. So, and yeah, thank you kindly for that. For the claps, Charlie's Beats, Gibson Lens, and also thank you for that redeem, Charlie's Beats, for the clear plastic cards. You know what? Where the ace of spades ends up, because this is a con. Remember, this is a con. So hold on, wait, look, ace of spades. There we have it. E-Room says Gen Con. What? Gen Con was so a month ago, right? Like, anyway, welcome in E-Room. How you doing today? Hopefully you've been having a good weekend. Hopefully you've been enjoying. Let's see here. Guys, if you are not following our friend E-Room, please give E-Room a follow. E-Room, aka the Pope of Indiana, aka friend of Magic Twitch. He's also famous for streaming local streams, IRL stuff, opening a bunch of packages, community games. So I think last time I tuned in to opening packages, it was like opening Kinder eggs. So delicious. Been playing with Legos. Awesome. You know what? I have been too because my daughter just got brand new Legos, and so we are playing with Legos very frequently. So she's so my daughter's 3 for anybody who doesn't know, but she is getting to the point where she is able to build a bunch of things and like not rely on mommy and daddy needing to build like a strong structure. Like she's actually able to put some pieces together and have it stand up by itself, and I'm just like, this is so cool to see. Like watching a kid from like from birth, and it's like developmentally, it's like, whoa, you can do stuff now. Like, so I don't know. I'm impressed with my kid, like on the regular. I love her. I love my kid. She's awesome. All right. Next up, we have a request from Charlie's Beats. Thank you kindly for the request. And this is one that I have quote unquote claimed to be an original of mine. I haven't seen anything like it around before, and so it's probably one of the few tricks that I could say it is. It is basically one of mine. So, I mean, it might be similar to things that exist, but I came up with it outside of the influence of other tricks like it. So. But anyway, so here we have back illusion. Hold on. I just thought of a really cheesy, campy thing. What if one day I was like, "Here's the trick, back illusion," and then like I'd basically just stand up and turn around, and then like I have like no back. Like I think the way to do that would be I wear like a green shirt, and then like it's a green screen. Anyway, it would be hilarious. Sorry, I'm just thinking from dad jokery. Oh wait. I don't know if I told this on stream before, but okay, bad dad joke. What is and actually I think I'm what is Jaws' favorite appetizer? What is Jaws' favorite appetizer? Feel free to take your time. Go ahead and guess. Jaws' favorite appetizer. I'm going to type the answer in chat. All right. Eroom says, Applebee's? Lol. Gibson Len says, nom. All right. So Jaws' favorite appetizer is a charcuterie board. There you go. Charlie's Beats got the facepalm already, and Gibson Lynn still got the bad. A charcuterie board. All right, there we go. Gibson Lens also has the facepalm. All right, this is wonderful, guys. I am glad that was, I would say, by all successful measures of a dad joke, successful. All right. Here we have here we have some aces. We have the ace of diamonds, the ace of clubs, the ace of hearts, and the ace of spades. Now, if I was to ask you, what color would you say the back of these cards are? I think a lot of people would say blue if they were paying attention, or maybe they weren't paying attention and would confess I wasn't paying attention. But the trick is called back illusion, so I would hope that that would be enough of a hint to be like, hey, take a look at the backs of these cards. But look, here's the ace of spades, right? And that's a blue back card. But actually, the ace of spades is pretty magical in that it has the power to do way different things than normal aces should be able to do. And if I just show you, just like with a quick rub of the ace of spades here, it's actually going to change these aces backs to be red. I know, is that strange? It's a little bit strange, right? But actually, not only that, but all of the backs are red. I know, also strange, also strange. However, now I like to play a little quizzing game where we say, hey, how many of each card back is there? Are there 2 red, 2 blue? Are there 3 red, 1 blue, 1 red, 3 blue? If anybody wants to guess, go ahead and guess. If you don't want to guess, that's okay. You don't have to. But I think the most common guess, I think a lot of people guess, is Eroom says 3 blue. Yeah, and I think that is a pretty common guess. So thank you for being the representative. 4 yellow, says Charlie's Beats. Well, Charlie's Beats, first of all, I'm pretty sure Charlie's Beats has been here before and has seen this trick. So Charlie's Beats is not that far off. If you sometimes see yellow things in a bright background, it can almost look, white, right? So here. And if you take a look, the backs of these, and if you were here, you can look at these and touch them yourself, but there are no backs. So I mean, 4 yellow is actually not too far off from 4 white. because if you look at the name of the trick, it's called back illusion. So the backs were just an illusion. And that, my friends, is back illusion. There you go. Thank you kindly for the emotes and the claps. Charlie's Beats, E-Room, Gibson Lens. E-Room's got the wow, wow. Like, I feel like every single time it bounces, I have to say, wow, 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 wow. Thank you kindly for the claps, Charlie's Beats. Let's see here. So what I'm doing now after the trick is over, I'm resetting the packet. And then the packet goes in this thing. So here, I'm going to let you guys into a little secret. I have packets of cards in sleeves, and they're labeled. Here's a stack of them. So I'm prepared to do many tricks. But yeah, like anything else, and I think I mentioned this on stream before, but for anybody who's new out there, or who hasn't met me before, or who's lurking in the background, hi, my name is Nam, also known as Crazy Asian, spelled this weird way. Hold on, I should probably just show it. Spelled this weird way. And I like to do sleight of hand card magic, but where was I going with this? I don't remember. I like spreadsheets. No. Yeah, oh yeah, I have to fix up the packet, and then I'll be ready to do it next time. But like, yeah, just hold on. I can get this. Wait, I can just stand up for this one. Delicious. All right. So anyway, thank you so much for that request, Charlie's Beats. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thanks for getting that Eat Gibson Lens. I've eaten a lot of heat maps, and I know that for a while we weren't even keeping track of some of those. So it's like after the fact, it's like, delicious, delicious heat maps. All right, next up is Ice Flame X. Request for the coin matrix. So the coin matrix is a, you know what? We'll do a twofer because I've been practicing these kind of in tandem. But we'll do the standard coin matrix, and then we will do the cardless coin matrix. Because I do want to keep these fresh, because it's a good trick, and it's like the only trick that is not like oh man, Charlie's Beats has beat me to a request. I'm just gonna move them around, so we're gonna do the two matrices together, and then sorry, matrices, because I think that's the plural of matrix, technically. But anyway, okay, so here we go. All right, we have 4 coins. I'm going to place them kind of in like 4 corners here. Then we need 4 cards. And we're going to hopefully make these coins teleport from corner to corner. So I'm going to go ahead and cover each coin with a card. And we're going to hopefully get some of these to move from corner to corner. Now it's going to happen pretty quick. Like I'll move this one up here, and it's going to happen pretty quick. So here's the first one. Here's the second one, and then here's the third one, and then the fourth one was the one that was already there. And so that's the basic coin matrix. And then now, let me perform the cardless version. All right, good news, I remember how to do it. Hopefully. All right, so once again, we're going to need our 4 coins in 4 different corners. And then we're going to go ahead and once again do the same thing. I'll show my hands empty, and then let's go ahead and make them teleport. this. Another one. And then, so we have 3 over here. 1, 2, 3. And then we have 1 over there. And this last one, there we have it. And that, my friends, is the cardless coin matrix. Also happens pretty quick. So I like that so much, but there are additional versions of coin matrices that it's really hard to add on to it. But like, anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed. But yeah, keeping that one sharp I think is good because it's like it's a quick visual. And so yeah, thank you kindly for the claps. Gibson Lens, E Room, Charlie's Beats. Oh crap! I just accidentally clicked something on my OBS. Did any scenes blow up? Okay, all right. I don't think so, but I hate it when I accidentally like mouse drag over something and it's like, because like everything in OBS, if I don't lock it, then it's like, oh no, what did I just do? Like, all right, let's see. Although to be fair, like OBS is pretty good. I did not when I first started streaming, I did not realize like how utility it was and how flexible it is and like it's like I can put all the widgets wherever I want. I can connect a new source just so long as it's a new source that exists for all these, and they're pretty generic, so it's like browser source and window and share a screen, and I'm just like if only I discovered this sooner. Like anyway, I'm glad that I discovered it eventually, right? Like OBS is pretty good. Yeah, right. So yeah, I am generally impressed with OBS. Like I come from a time where I was looking for like video editing software like way back in the day, and I paid for video editing software because like there wasn't any good free video editing software, and now there's like good free video editing software. So it's like I should have known there's like free good streaming software. It's like yeah, there we go. Let's see, 4 for 1 switch. All right. So the question is, can I do this performance with the clear plastic cards? Because I know that in my mind I'm dying to figure this out. Uh, so let me hold on, because I think this is doable. I think it's doable. Let me find the helper cards, which is usually aces. Okay, so here we have boom, 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 boom. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and place the aces off over here. Okay, all right, so now we would need a card selected, and so I will riffle, well, somebody would say stop, and then the card that's going to get selected will be this card, the 10 of spades. So remember 10 of spades. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab the 10 of spades and place it into this packet here, like so. And then I'm going to go grab the aces, and the aces are going to be helping us here. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn these, so that's ace of spades, ace of diamonds, ace of clubs, and then ace of hearts. And now I will run my hand over 1, 2, 3, and then hopefully that's going to be magical transition, because now what's in my hand is actually just 1 card. And then here, if I fan, that's actually going to be 4 cards. And that 1 card, this should be the 10 of spades, if I did this correctly. Yep, 10 of spades. And then now we have the 4 face down cards. I think it worked out okay, but I don't think I was as confident in my performance. Here's the 4 aces. It could have been better performance-wise, but I just wanted to see if this would work. And I see Charlie's emote for notes. So, all right. So thank you kindly for the claps. For Loris, welcome in. How you doing, For Loris? Hopefully you're doing well. How was your weekend? I'm actually not going to clear that yet. I'm actually going to do that again, but with actual like opaque cards because I kind of want to do the quick comparison. I'm probably going to look at that one later with the clear cards. And so, all right, so we have our 4 aces. I'll hold the 4 aces off over here. Just in the meantime, we'll need a card selected. Let's say here. So Jack of Spades. Remember Jack of Spades. I'm going to go ahead and grab the Jack of Spades and we'll place that in here. And now we're going to use the aces to help us out. So here's the ace of hearts, the ace of clubs, the ace of diamonds, and the ace of spades, which is, Charlie's Beats signed card. So we should use it because Charlie's Beats requested this trick. For Laura says, "Hi, I've been doing great. Glad to be watching the stream." Oh, welcome back. Yeah, I know it's been a while. Hopefully your studies and university have been going well. Hopefully everything's good with everything. All right, so now if I wave my hand over this, 1, 2, 3, this will hopefully look amazing. And so all 4 of those cards have turned into this one card, and now if I fan, this one card should become these 4 cards like this, and that one card should be our selection, the Jack of Spades. And then these are our 4 helper cards, the 4 aces. There we go. So I think as a comparison, that looked okay. I actually think with the clear cards, I think it could work. I wasn't happy with how clean I did it with the clear cards, but it's doable. I think it's doable. From a purely theory craft mindset, I think it's possible. So, Laura says, "Oh, hopefully I'll be able to graduate this year or next. I'm pretty stoked." Yo, excellent! Congratulations on the progress to graduation. There's nothing like being at a time of your life where it's like, man, I have to worry about graduating. And then that's not the only hurdle, because after you graduate, then it's like, can I find work to support me for the rest of my life? It's just like, it's always tough. But yeah, but good luck with that. And, if you ever get into a situation where it's like, focus on your studies, or, don't focus on your studies, focus on your studies. Although if you're at the prime of your life in what we would call college here in the United States, but university, have some fun. Some of those times will be like the best memories that you'll ever have, and you'll recall them all the time. So, coming from somebody who hasn't been in college or university, man, when did that was 15, 16, 17 years, I think. Wait. 16 or 17 years. It's been a while. I feel, saying that out loud makes me feel older than I'd like to admit, but as soon as I get a job, I'll send some subs. For Loris, don't worry about it. It's fine. Just honestly, if you're just here to enjoy, like that's what makes me happy. You don't have to send anything. It's all cool. I would appreciate it, but no, you don't have to. Don't feel like you have to. But thank you for the thought. I appreciate the sentiment. Charlie's Beats has redeemed tarot cards. Oh man, all right. Charlie's Beats pulling out everything today. All right, let's see here. Let's grab this. All right. I've been out for 17 years too. So Charlie, you and I may be like about the same age, probably plus or minus like a year or so, but assuming you had like a normal college track and not like you went to college way later in life and then you were actually way older than me. I think you're about my age. All right. I haven't pulled out the tarot cards actually, wait. There's actually I don't think I've ever pulled out these tarot cards. So in the past, I've had these. No, it doesn't feel like you have to. I genuinely enjoy the streams and I want to show some. Oh, well, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that. Yes, normal. All right, cool. Yeah. So yeah, Charlie, I didn't realize that we were probably the same age. So yeah. So in the past, I've done tarot card stuff with the steampunk tarot deck, but I got this, and I don't think I've used this on stream, so maybe I should use this on stream. for this redeem today. So this is the official Bicycle Rider Deck Tarot deck. And so the Bicycle Card Company, or at least I believe it's Bicycle. Let me just double check. I'm pretty sure Rider Tarot. Yeah, yeah. So it's called Rider because it's like um, Bicycle Rider Deck or Rider Back. Hold on, these. Oh no, no, these are not it. But let me try and find a box. Old box. Hold on. Standard. Everything's called standard now. All right, never mind. Anyway, just trust me on this one. This is a bicycle. So here we go. For those of you who are unfamiliar with a tarot deck, so oftentimes it is used for tarot readings. I actually met somebody who was into tarot readings a long time ago. He gave me a reading, and it was actually in 2020 or no 2019, which was like the year I was getting into like magic. And he said he was new, but what he told me at one important point in the reading was like, "Oh, this upcoming year in your life it's going to be filled with deception." And I think for a lot of people that was going to be really bad. But then I told him, "Oh no, I'm totally doing magic," and also in my work, I work in payments, like e-commerce payments, and we deal with a lot of like payments fraud and stuff, which is all about deception too. So like that is kind of spot on, dude. Like Nam the Decepticon. That's what Gibson Len says. Yeah, if I was a robot, I would totally be a Decepticon or a Transformer. But anyway, let me just quickly explain the couple of parts of a tarot deck. So what we have here are the major arcana. So these are things that represent various things that would be used like in a reading. The Fool, the Here it is. This is the card. The Magician. That's me, right? Um, the High Priestess, the Empress. Actually, these are way easier to read than the steampunk ones. The Emperor, the Hierophant, the Lovers, the Chariot, Strength, the Hermit, Wheel of Fortune, and people who have played games like Balatro or have played any of like the Persona games will recognize a lot of these. Justice, the Hanged Man, Death, Temperance, because they use the major arcana as like gameplay mechanics or things that are inside of those games. The Devil, the Tower, the Star, the Moon, the Sun, Judgment, and the World. So yeah, and then the portion of the deck that basically is like a regular deck of cards is going to be this. Kind of a similar thing. There might be one additional rank, but like so here's the Ace, 2, 3. Now these aren't labeled, but you just kind of have to like look at them. So here's 3 wands, and so here's 4, 5, 6. We're going up to 8, 9, and then there's so there might be some additional. So we have the Page of Wands, the Knight of Wands, Queen of Wands, and the King of Wands. So I think the King and the Queen equate to the King and the Queen of the suit. Page is probably the one that would equate to the Jack, and then the Knight. So there's one additional one. So whether you associate the Knight as the Jack or the Page as the Jack doesn't really matter. They just have different names in this one. So here's Ace of Cups, and then we have all the pictures of the cups, and then Page of Cups, Knights of Cups, Queen of Cups, King of Cups. And so you'll notice that the suits are a little bit different. So wands, cups, swords. Let's see here. Page of Swords, Knight of Swords, Queen of Swords, King of Swords, and then Ace of Pentacles. And then here's all the pentacles. I don't know what a pentacle is. It's probably whatever this thing. It's a star. Page of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, and then King of Pentacles. Okay, and then here's some insert cards that probably tell you about more tarot stuff. Anyway, this might be one of the most in-depth. I did purchase a tarot deck, not a tarot deck, a tarot reference book, because I picked it up at like Five Below for $5, but I haven't gotten into it. But I was like just thinking, if I do magic with tarot cards and I learn how to do tarot readings, would that not be amazing? Like, so entertaining. All right, so let me shuffle these. This is the first time I'm shuffling these. I've actually had this deck for probably about 8 months. I don't think I've used it. So that would be something, says Four Loras. All right, so the important question is, what trick can I do with these? You know what? Let's find four of these. These will be a lot more memorable than these cards. So let's go ahead and find some cards here. So let's use the Magician. We'll remember the Magician. We'll remember the Emperor. We'll remember the Hermit, and then we'll remember the Devil. Right? Okay. All right. So let's use these guys. And what I want to do is, let's say that all right, so the devil, the hermit, yeah, okay, so here, we're going to have the devil, the hermit, the emperor, and then the magician. So the magician is going to be the ringleader. And let me see here. The tarot cards are like a little bit different. So here we have the Emperor, the Hermit, and the Devil. You can't really see them as well, but there we go. We're going to go ahead and place them in different parts of the deck. So let's go ahead and place them like here. The Devil obviously goes near the bottom, right? And then the Hermit is going to live maybe near the middle, and then the whoever the other one was is going to go here. And they're all separated by a bunch of cards. They're not together for sure. But what the magician can do is that the magician can bring them all together. The magician should be able to do something like this. And the magician will call up the devil, the hermit, and the emperor. That's it. That's who the emperor was. And if you were to take a look in the deck, there are no other... man, this is actually difficult to see. The fact that there's no... Like, playing cards have an index, so that it's... Man, that's... Hold on. Let me... The bottom? Oh, yeah, because you'll be able to see... Ah, it's still not even readable. I guess proving a bunch of stuff about the card. Okay, that's probably as good as it's going to get. But anyway, just trust me, there's only one of each of these, and that's that. Ice Flame X says, I bought a bunch of interesting books today. MVP Magician! Yeah, that magician is so MVP. Man, what else can we do with these? Let me, let's see here. Let me see what else we can do. I'm trying to think of another random thing that we can do with these. It's kind of interesting in that... In that, because we have the major arcana, those are like cards that are not part of the main. It'd be tough to just randomly see, like, you know, a numerical card. We'd just basically have to depend on artwork for that. But, like, we could do something super interesting. Hold on. Please bear with me while I look for something that I cannot find. It is not here. Where is it? Did I shuffle face up into face down? That would be very unfortunate. Oh, I'm an idiot. There's... Okay. Okay. So, let's see. Alright, so let's pretend that the magician and the emperor want to get the attention of a bunch of lords, but they don't know how to get in contact with them. Well, what they could do is they can try and search through the land to find a page that would send the message. And so look, here, all we have to do is just give them a chance to find a page. And look, they have found a card, and that card happens to be the Page of Swords. But they've only just found one page, and they want to get in contact with all of the other lords and ladies of the land, and so they need another messenger. And so here we're going to start this one over. La la la. I was also focusing on the story of the lords and the ladies and stuff, and I'm like, okay, all right. Once again, starting over. Here we go. The magician and the emperor would like to search for contacts to find other lords and ladies of the land, but they need messengers. And so here we go. We're going to go ahead and have the emperor and the magician find the first messenger right there. And here, if I show you, that's the page of cups. But that's not going to be sufficient. They need to find another page so they can contact another um, lord and lady. And so, look, they're going to search throughout the land like this. And I don't know if you saw that they grabbed another page, in this case, the page of swords. Now, some people believe that, they have to reveal themselves for this, but they can actually go undercover. And so, look, if I just go ahead and show you, they can actually find one that's undercover. In this case, it's the page of pentacles, right? And so, and then finally, the magician and emperor can find one more page, and they happen to find the page of wands. All right. Whew. Damn. Okay. So, one little drawback to having these cards, they are slightly different than poker-sized cards. So, if we do a little comparison here, and so I technically did mess this trick up, but I'm not gonna fault myself for it. But like, okay, so here's the size of a regular card, and then here's the size of this tarot card. So it is about the same height, but it is narrower by a little bit slim margin there. So manipulating is a little bit different. I know you guys have seen me do like ridiculous things with like huge cards and stuff, but small cards can be a pain too. Um, so, but actually, this is interesting because if I do some magic with this, because they are named but not like people who have signed, I can tell different stories with this. And actually, whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on, I'm getting some inspiration for this right now. Let me quickly set this up. Um, but let me see how we can do this. Okay, all right. Let me see. Okay, this is good. I think this is a good idea. Now it's just a matter of finding. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll do. Let me see. Okay. Judgment. Okay, alright, here we go. Alright, let's see how this goes. Alright, we're going to try to do the Devil's Elevator using the Devil card and a bunch of other cards. Alright, okay. Here we go. So over here we have the King of Swords, the Queen of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and the Page of Swords. And then over here we have the Devil, Death, the Hanged Man, and Judgment. And so, yeah, here's where we are going to try and do this, okay? So first things first, already the size of the cards and these are throwing me off. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and just place these off to the side for a second. So these are all the devil hell cards. And then over here, so I'm gonna go ahead and place the King of Swords. So King, Queen of Swords over here. And then we're gonna go ahead and place the Knight of Swords over here. And then we have the Page of Swords. And there, the Page of Swords is going to be in hell right away. So these are the levels of hell where, you know, you'll see things like death and judgment and the hanged man. But I'm going to go ahead and place the page in the second level of hell. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. And now, they don't really have elevators, but let's pretend this is Star Trek. And so that page is going to be is going to wander through hell until they find the uppermost level of hell. So they're not like in the bottommost levels. So first, second, third, fourth, fifth. But they went from the second level up to the top level. And if I show you, here's our Page of Swords. It's a modern hell. It's modern hell. Yeah, that's right. Modern hell. J-Tide, welcome in. How's it going? So next up, let me just show you that we have our Knight of Swords here. So I'm going to place the Knight of Swords here in the third level of hell. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. And now the Knight is going to travel around on their mighty steed and explore all of hell, but they're going to be able to find their way to the uppermost level of hell, and they will be able to escape, in this case, by getting to the uppermost level of hell. There's our Knight of Swords. Now, some people believe that there are some people of swords in and amongst these cards, but no, these are the same death and destruction cards that we've been using the entire time. So we're going to go ahead and use, this is the Queen of Swords. Place the Queen in the fourth level of hell. First, second, third, fourth. But that Queen will hopefully wander around and find their way up to the uppermost level of hell. Because look, there's our Queen of Swords. And some people believe that there's more than 5 levels of hell. Well, there's 4 levels of hell here. But when we add the person to it, they will be in the 5th level of hell. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. So in this case, the King of Swords. But the King, also resourceful, also can wander around hell and find their way up to the uppermost level. And in this case, find a way to escape the King of Swords. And here, there were no duplicates. There was just the judgment, the hanged man, and death that you would see amongst the level of hells with the devil. That, my friends, is a rendition of the Devil's Elevator with tarot cards. All right. Thank you kindly for that applause and for the claps for Loris. And welcome in, J-Tide. Yeah, Modern Hell is real. Yep, absolutely. You know what? Get me a steampunk deck, and then we will do... or sorry, not a steampunk deck. Get me a cyberpunk deck, and then we can do a modern version of Hell. Thank you kindly for the claps. Gibson Lens, E-Room, Charlie's Beats, for Loris. Yeah. Hopefully that was fun, and I'm glad I got to show off this deck of tarot cards, because I don't think I had a chance to show this off before. So there we have it. Yeah, so Major Arcana here, and then regular deck cards here, and yeah, so there you go. By the way, if anybody is into the game Balatro, I recommend. It's like a poker roguelike with like crazy strategies that can be built with just a handful of different game-breaking things. But all right. So let's see here. I'm thinking about ending stream in about, let's say, 20 minutes. So if Anybody wants to see more magic, go ahead and request more magic. There is a tricklet. Actually, let me do last call. Let's do last call. I normally like to empty out the queue and then do at least a finale trick at the end. And then at that point we will call a stream. But so yeah, that was cool. I'm glad I got to show off this deck now. It's been sitting here for months and I just haven't pulled it out. But also, not that many people redeemed the tarot deck, so I do like the aesthetic, I think, of the steampunk better, but I will have to admit that these are way more readable. So that is the benefit, I think, of having these. All right, next up we have a request from Charlie's Beats call for Jazz Aces. So let's see. I think I can do the prep for this out in the open because all I'm looking for are 4 aces and 4 other cards. Usually I'll choose face cards because I just don't want you to mix them up with aces. So let's grab the jacks. I think the jacks get a bad rap sometimes. So I mean, look, they weren't even in the tarot deck. They were like they came in after pages and knights. So, but kings and queens were still there. All right, so here we have the 4 aces, and then we have the 4 jacks. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and place, let me see here. Actually, let me go ahead and grab the ace of spades, because I want the ace of spades to be out like this. And I want the other 3 aces to be out like this. Okay. So now what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and have each ace jump down to collect with the ace of spades. For those of you who have not seen plots of magic before, one of the plots of magic is ace assembly. So you're going to assemble all the aces all in one place. And you might see this theme a lot. But here, I'll just go ahead and place a random jack down here. But if we show you, there's just a bunch of jacks over here. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and place this ace in here. But now all we have to do is snap and transfer that ace from in here to over here. Because now if I show you, these are all jacks, but over here that ace has hopped down. Once again, let's go ahead and just place a jack down here. And here we have just aces. But we're going to go ahead and grab, sorry, just jacks. Grab this ace, place it in here. We're going to go ahead and do the swap. I don't know if you heard that click. Obviously that click is when the ace swap places with the jack. Because now if I show you, you only see jacks in here. You don't see any aces because that ace has hopped down here. And then once again, we're going to go ahead and place a jack down here. And place this final ace in here. And if I snap, that ace will magically swap places with this jack because if we take a look, all aces are down here. And that, my friends, is jazz aces. I was thinking to myself, should I do this trick different? And I'm like, I shouldn't do it differently on the fly. I'm just like anyway, thank you so much for that request. Charlie's Beats. Thank you for the claps. E-Room, Charlie. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I was a little bit tired when I started stream today. And to be fair, I arguably am still tired, but I had a bunch of moments of excitement earlier and I was like, oh man. And so I woke up a little bit, so that was good. Also, luckily, I am on holiday tomorrow, so uh, not as much pressure to end early. But I'm under self pressure because I have not I have not done a video for my YouTube channel. Which, by the way, if anybody wants to see more of me and I am not around, I have a YouTube channel and I have a playlist that has over 280 magic performances on my YouTube. So check it out and enjoy. All right, cool. Let me see. I did have a trick that was a boss trick. Let me just double check and see what it was. Maybe I should attempt to do it. Okay, yeah. Let me do. Okay, let me do this one. Oh wait, I only need yeah, let me just use the 4 jacks and then use this. Just some other lucky card. Alright, here we go. Okay, so we're gonna be doing a trick called Little Devil because I messed this up last time. Unfortunately. So we'll do Little Devil, and this is a boss trick. Hello, Thorn. Hello, welcome in. How's it going? Ben, how are you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you're having... Oh, thank you for giving Halithorn a shout out because I was going to shout out Halithorn. Guys, if you're not following our friend Halithorn, one of the other Twitch magicians that well used to have a regular magic schedule, I think is not as regular now because joining the last bit after feeding baby because Halithorn just had first kid. Halithorn, this is your first kid, right? I'm pretty sure this is your first one. But congratulations, because I don't think I've chatted with you since you had the first kid. But yeah, hopefully everything's going well. I had my first kid a few years ago, but now my kid's 3, so she's doing good. But yeah, so give our friend Halthorn a follow. Yeah, first kid. It's a baby girl. Came out last Tuesday evening. Excellent. Well, congratulations. Well, that's actually very recent. Yeah, so that was almost a week ago. So, or actually, well, it's probably been a week for you because so Halithorn is a Singaporean magician, lives on the other side of the world, but does magic gigs like crazy. And so, yeah, give Halithorn a follow. Definitely see some crazy magic. And a lot of the magic that you guys see here is sleight of hand card magic, so I'm pretty narrow in like what I offer, but like Halithorn does it all. So like he does tricks with cards, with coins, with balloons, balloon animals, with paper, with rope, with and like everything. So definitely give Halithorn a follow and check him out. So all right. So we are going to be doing Little Devil, and this is a boss trick because I messed this up last time. But we have these 4 cards, the jacks, which will represent hell, and this is similar to the Devil's Elevator, but it's a slightly more portable version. And then here we will have the 7 of spades, or sorry, the 7 of diamonds, which is the one that wants to escape hell. And so here, I'm just going to leave the 7 of diamonds out just for a second over here. And what we are going to do is have these 4 jacks represent the 4 levels of hell. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to go ahead and place the 7 of diamonds here in the 2nd level of hell, like this. And of course, that 7 of diamonds will be able to escape to the top. Because look, now here's the thing. When the 7 of diamonds escapes that level of hell, the devil is like, hey, you can't do that. Come on back. And just as punishment, that 7 of diamonds is going to be placed in the 3rd level of hell. Here, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. But that 7 of diamonds is extremely lucky and a little bit resourceful because they're going to be able to escape the, to the top level of hell and run away. But as they attempt to run away, the devils are like, hey, come on back. You're not allowed to leave yet. And so they're going to place the 7 of diamonds here in the 4th level of hell, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. And if we just go ahead and give the 7 of diamonds just a little bit of time to escape, it's going to go ahead and find a way to escape. Now, some people believe that the 7 of diamonds is hiding in here at some point, but no, there's actually, these are the 4 jacks that are representing the devil the entire time. But look, the 7 of diamonds is going to get called back and be placed in the 5th level of hell. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. But all it takes is just a few minutes, because at this point the 7 of diamonds is very familiar with hell. It's like, hey, you know, even making some friends. Yo, bro. Able to come out to the top level of hell like this, and here are all the devils super angry with the 7 of diamonds. Super angry. And I would say that is a self-redeeming performance of Little Devil. So we beat that boss trick, and I've gotten a lot of practice. 72 boss tricks. That means I have done a lot of homework for a stream. So, all right. Let's see here. Thank you kindly for the claps. E-Room, Charlie's Beats. Hallowthorn, is there anything you would like to see? Because I called last call a little bit ago, so I'm thinking about ending soon. But if there's something you would like to see, I'm probably going to be going for another 10 minutes, and then I will do a finale trick as well to end. I don't think there's... I'm sure you're familiar with many of the tricks that I have, but... And if not, I'm sure you can figure out how to perform them. But if there's something you wanted to just, I don't know, see how I handle or how I perform, let me know. Otherwise, let me see what else I can do here. Let's see here. I've got one I have an idea of doing here. Let me see here. Boom, boom. And then let's grab this and one of those. Okay. Baby is making me blank out a lot during gigs. Oh, I'm so sorry. My sympathies. I totally understand. Not like during gigs, but like I understand having a baby and like your brain just goes dead. Like, okay, let me do this one then. I don't know if you've seen this me perform this with. So I cannot find. Also, if you know of this trick, I would like to know attribution information because I don't know who has done it. But okay, all right. So here we go. This trick is, I call it red packet, black packet because that's kind of how I learned it. But so I have 8 cards here, and over here we have black spot cards, and so I'm just gonna lay them out over here like so. And then I have 4 red face cards, and so I'm just going to go ahead and show you that we have 4 red face cards over here. Now what I want to do is I'm going to slowly swap out one of these cards at a time. So I'll take out a red face card and I'll place a black spot card in amongst with it. But if I give it a snap, you'll just hopefully be able to see all red face cards. Now we're going to break a rule of magic. We'll do it again. So I'm going to remove a black spot card, grab, a red face card, grab a black spot card, place it amongst the red face cards, snap, and you'll only be able to see red face cards. Some people believe that I can only do that with one card at a time, but we'll dispel that right now, and we will do it 2 cards at a time. So I'll grab 2 red face cards, take them out. I will place both remaining black spot cards here into the packet, and we'll snap, and you'll probably still only see red face cards. Important question, where are the black spot cards? I think a lot of people would say that they are down here, and that is the most obvious thing, right? Now, for those of you who have been here before and know me, and maybe know Chris M.E., know where I'm going with this. But for those of you who have not, the order does matter here. So, this is the unexpected part, because these cards are not black spot cards. These cards are lyrics to a song. Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy. So here's my number, so call me maybe. That, my friends, is red packet, black packet with a call me maybe kicker. And if you guys have the emotes, feel free to spam them. But yeah, if anybody knows what the original version of this trick is, so showing these as blank, which by the way, Hallowthorn, Ben, when you said blank, and I'm like, ooh, I should do a trick with blank cards. Ooh, wait, even better, blank cards that I wrote something on. This was perfect. So, anyway, thank you kindly for the claps, Charlie's Beats. All right, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I guess with that, I'm probably gonna close the queue, and then we'll do our outro, and then we'll do a finale trick. So, I think tonight I am feeling like I'm feeling dazed, not just like personally, but also I'm feeling like doing the trick dazed for the finale. So, all right, let's see here. Let me just make sure I am prepared for it, and then all right, everybody. Thank you so much to everybody who decided to come out and hang out with me tonight. Thank you to everybody who interacted with the stream, whether you chatted, you clicked on the heat map, you requested a trick. If it wasn't for you guys, this wouldn't be as much fun. Thank you so much to all the lurkers out there, because magic is one of the few art forms where, I can practice magic, but no magic is happening. The magic happens in your mind. Thank you to all of my mods. I believe we saw all of the mods today. So if you guys are not following, and give some mod love to all of our mods, Chan the Magic Man, Chan, one of the other magicians who does magic on a regular schedule here on Twitch, give Chan the Magic Man a follow, and you can catch him doing Magic Mondays. If you're not following our friend and mod, the Rusty Panda, please give the Rusty Panda a follow. Basically, the mod of Magic Twitch. There's 4 of us, which actually, let me just go ahead and throw the Magic Twitch out there, which we have the representation of 3/4 of Magic Twitch today. So Chan was in here earlier, obviously me, and then Hallowthorn, he's in here now. So definitely give us all a follow and check us out. But anyway, Rusty Panda, I believe, is a mod for all of Magic Twitch, and the other one is Infozar Jack. So InfoXzar. Anyway, and then also, if you're not following our friend and mod Gibson Lens, aka Bert, pianist, has composed a lot of his own originals, sight reads from a bunch of songbooks that he owns, and overall just a chill, mellow, good time in Gibson Lens's stream. So please show some mod love and give all of our mods a follow. Let's see. Also, general disclaimer, everything that you've seen on stream tonight is sleight of hand magic. It's not black magic or sorcery. I haven't made any deals with the devil, despite the fact that a couple of the tricks talk about the devil. But even if none of that was true, and I did have real magic, I would claim this anyway. Perfect cover story. So there we have it. All right. Once again, I did mention this once, but if anybody wants to see more of me and I'm not around, I have an entire YouTube channel with like a ton of videos, a lot of magic performances. I have a playlist of all of my VODs from here. So, and even if you don't want to watch it, if you just open it up in a tab and just put it up in the corner, totally helps. All right. Anyway, and I think that does that cover everything? I think that covers everything, right? And so with that, we'll do the finale trick, and then we will find somebody to raid. Normally I like to raid Twitch friends, so we'll see who's on. I'm not going to look ahead of time, because doing that, there will just be nobody on, or the person will have changed. I'm not going to worry about it. Party in the background, woo woo, says For Loris. All right. So here we go. All right. Oh, and one other thing. If I mess up a finale trick, I don't like to end on a mess up trick. So if I mess this up, we will do a different finale trick as the real finale. But let me not jinx myself. I think I've had a good track record with this, so we'll see. All right, anyway. I have a packet of cards here, and so we have here, I have a 6 of diamonds and a queen of clubs, and then 4 other cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, here's a weird thing. These cards might look normal from this side, but if I flip over this packet, you'll see that there's something strange about them. They're all double backed. Actually, all of them except for this one. This is the weird one. Let me just leave that off to the side over here. Now, these cards have a strange property, because besides being like double backed, if I hover these cards over another card, let's say I hover these over the 6 of diamonds, actually that's going to reflect the 6 of diamonds, because now if I show you, all of these cards have turned into 6s of diamonds. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? That's strange. Now once again, if I take this whole packet and I just reflect it over the queen of clubs, I don't know if you guys know, but the queen of clubs isn't just going to get reflected, but all of the cards in this packet will turn into queens of clubs. Is that strange? That's super strange, right? That should not happen. But as of right now, if you take a look, these cards are all queens of clubs. But actually, if I take this weird card, which is like a card that is only has the back printed and not the face, so it's before it's even completed from the factory, from the card factory, you'll see that it's still queen of clubs now, but when I turn the blank one face up, all of the cards will change to be blank. And it is actually at this point where some people, some snarky people, are like, hey, I just want to see the backs of these cards. And so I show them the backs. And there we have it. And that is, I'll call that a successful finale. There was a one little thing in there that I wasn't happy about, but I don't think it didn't mess anything up. It was like a presentation thing. So. Anyway, thank you kindly for the applause for Loris. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it. Early applause. Oh, no, don't worry. You know what? I will accept all of the applause. My door is always open for applause. More applause. Yes, bring it. I can drown in applause. Maybe I don't want to drown, but I will swim in applause. Let me swim. I have to close the pool soon because the cold weather's coming, so I need to swim in something. Ah, yes, thank you. I am swimming in applause. Thank you for Loris. Thank you kindly. Ah, man. All right, and with that, we'll call that a stream. All right, let's see who's around to raid, and and then we will raid. I just realized I should have at least opened Twitch in another tab, because remember when stream started today, I had tech issues where chat was being read to me. I was like, "Oh crap, where is this coming from?" And then it froze. And then also last time stream ended, and it ended, and luckily I did raid out, but like my stream like died, and so I was like, "What? What's going on here?" Actually, stream has frozen for me right now. Is it frozen for you guys? I still see you. Okay, no, that's good. Wait, Rip says E-room. Not frozen. Okay, that's good. Yeah, all good to hear. Yeah, you're good. Okay, cool. Thanks. Yeah, so yeah, last time, man, it almost did the exact same thing. Oh, I almost kind of want to raid from my phone. Just all right, hold on, guys. Let me change this up and let me raid from phone because that might be safer. All right, let's see who's on. Um, let's see. Where do I see? Come on. No, I don't want to do that. Home. Okay. Live. Yes, this is what I want to see. Who's up? All right, let me consult the spreadsheet. All right, so full disclosure, and I'm almost a little panicky right now because my OBS is frozen, but it seems like you guys said that I'm still going, so that's probably a good sign. I hope. But all right, so let me see who we're gonna raid, and we just get out of here. Let's see, who haven't I raided for a while? And you know what? Yep, still okay here. Cool, awesome. But also, get out here before OBS changes his mind. Yes, I know, right? You know what? We mentioned the friendly fiddler earlier. Let's just go ahead and raid the friendly fiddler, right? The friendly fiddler is going. Uh, friendly fiddler is playing the cave. All right, good enough for me. All right, so let's go raid the friendly fiddler. And oh yeah, thank you for the raid calls. So guys, the friendly fiddler is a violinist, normally plays violin. Oh yeah, and for anybody who hasn't been around for a while, we did update the raid call. So please copy a raid call if you would like to come along on the raid with us. But today, the friendly fiddler is playing The Cave, which is actually a game that Double Fine made, and actually our friend Gibson Lands Burt worked on it. So there we have it. So I can't stay around and watch for too long because I purchased The Cave and I haven't played it yet, so I intend to play it one day. But anyway, so there we have it. Guys, thank you so much for coming to hang out. And once again, take care of yourselves. Remember to hydrate. Remember to stretch. Get good sleep. And we'll hopefully see everybody around again. Take care of yourselves. All right. Bye.